Halal, La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles of GMS who rule well, who are learning the truth from, and salutations unto you, brothers and you few sisters that take heed. All right, I hope you can hear me well. I just got a new phone. I lost my other phone. So yeah, I'm just coming back here through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. A brother sent me this article. All right, and it's today's date, October 24th, okay, 2018. This is from CBC, right? And it says the world of easy money transformed Canada into debt nation. That world is coming to an end. Parenthesis, opinion, right? And that's they have to put that opinion. They don't want to scare people. But you people, man, you've been living on you consumers. You've been living on a thin line. You've been expendable up to this point. In your consuming. In your whole way of life, your laxy daisy way of life, right? And then reading it says, our parents and grandparents borrowed with the intention of paying it back. We don't think like that anymore. You're right. It says this column is part of a series we're calling Debt Nation, looking at the state of consumer debt in Canada, looking for more coverage in the coming days, or look for more coverage in the coming days. And the thing is, man, you know, you Canadians, man, you guys you're not as a consumer nation as Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, America, but you would like to be, and all your expenditure. I remember in high school, man, I had a teacher. She was a damn dyke, man, but she was I had a couple classes. I had world politics, and a couple world events, like something like that, like I believe even economics. Um, and yeah, she was even saying, like, like about debt and credit cards, and she was getting into that, and she's like, oh, don't let me drive down Young Street. She's like, I gotta get out and go shop after, because all the shit that you see, and it's so easy because you paid out, you spend $1,000, on any given day, right? And it's normal. It's okay. The average person can't do that. The person that's getting paid bi-weekly and cashing the check and paying the rent and maybe gets a loan from Money Mart or somebody they know, they don't deal with the bank. But people with credit cards, right, that have credit, maybe they have two or three even credit cards, right? They have that last one for the last resort with the high interest, but they have the two to fuck around with, to splurge with. That's all. Even for that, like, as a child, I never had a credit card, man, because I was always scared of that shit. I said, first of all, whose money am I playing with, man? I'm playing with someone's money. This is not just well, really, at the end of the day, I found out in this word that this is a monopoly. This is just a monopoly game, and money does grow on fucking trees, because these devils cut down the trees and then use the paper to print the money, and the money comes out of nothing, man. The money is actually called fiat currency, right? This money, legal tender, right, which we call it here in Canada, is called also fiat currency. Fiat means, from the Latin, it simply means let it be done. Okay, which alludes to a man created out of nothing. Okay, one day you just created. Now, prior to 1933, I want to say, um, you had the American dollar, the Federal Reserve note. Okay, it was backed by gold. It was on a gold standard. They took it off the gold standard and deemed it legal tender. If you look up the word tender, matter of fact, I'm gonna look up the word tender, and I used to have the law dictionary, but they shut that shit down, man. But I'll look up the word tender on Adam Online, right? Because this is something we did years ago. Because every Canadian banknote that you look at, there's a small print. Even if I look at one now, right? If I look up one now, I'm looking at a 20. Uh, it should say legal tender because these are the new ones. I'm not sure where they put it. But the older ones, we would look. Yeah, it's right here. It says in French and then it says in English. This note is legal tender. So what does that really mean when they tell you this note is legal tender? Basically, they're telling you we the Edomites have created this shit out of nothing and deemed it to be something. That's what they're telling you, man. Okay, we the crown, the rulership, the head, the elite, the oligarch. You know, we can create these paper notes. You know, and we can put a value on it, and we can fluctuate the value as deemed as we deem it fit, right? But then you have people that deal with counterfeits, and they get a big ass fraud charge, man. You know, in the world, I used to see and deal with counterfeits. And in my mind, I said, what the hell is really the difference, man? These people are printing it and deeming it official, right? And then they deem the people that do the same shit as criminals, man. That's how we know we're dealing with a criminal entity, man. In the world, I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what the hell was wrong, but I knew something's off, man. And when I found this word, I said, "This is it, man. This is the missing puzzle, man. The piece in the puzzle, right?" So when you look up the word tender, Salakia, as an adjective, means soft, easily injured. Early 13th century, from Old French tender or tendre, soft, delicate, young. Um, let's go to from a derivative of PIE, which is pre-Indo-European root ten, meaning to stretch. Hey, Jake knows in the streets, man. You're stretching shit, right? So you guys are stretching this dollar to the point of where we are at now. And the point of where we are at now is the point of hyperinflation. It's about to hit hyperinflation. We were always at inflation, and certain decades the inflation will be higher than the previous or the foreseen. But where we are now, the dollar's greatly depleted, man. And it's trickling down to the normal average everyday person. You know, I was in the Uber the other day, man. You know, and this is a little off topic on the economic topic, but it's still set on the world stage. You know, the guy was usually Uber guy. I have my headphones and I don't talk to nobody, man. You know, but sometimes I do. And this guy was talking to me, so I engaged, and he's like, you know, there's a lot of problems in the world, and he was an Elamite from Pakistan, and he said, yeah, there's a lot of war and Russia and China and America. They have all these missiles, and hopefully, he said, I hope nothing happens. I hope there's no war. You know, so I kind of started teasing him and throwing out certain stuff, see how he reacts, man. And these people are really in the mind. They know something's wrong. They can't ignore it anymore. It's in the news every damn day. But you people have that spirit of optimism, right? Optimism. It's not about being pessimistic, because you guys call us pessimists and downers and fear mongers and all these different titles. We're just realists, man. And at the end of the day, man, we're just prophets, man. Okay? We are prophets set up by the Lord. We're seers of the Lord, man. And we're here to tell you things that are to come before they come. Okay? Before they happen. And sometimes before they're even conceived. Because the apostles from the 80s and 90s and even the 70s, they used to tell you things, and these things weren't even conceived. You know? So, back to the word tender, to stretch, right? On the notion of stretched, hence thin, hence weak or young. You see? So really, man, this dollar is weak as shit, man. This dollar is weak, it's tender, it's feeble, it's a fugazi, man. Okay? It's a damn fugazi. And you people are living in a fugazi lifestyle. That's another lesson I gotta do. That's the spirit. You people are living in a damn fugazi lifestyle, man. You know? Everything is you had a brother put up a video or a article of people going in debt, or not in debt, but buying $2,000 $3,000 suits and returning them back just for fucking Instagram, man. Just to post up a post on Instagram to show people how lavish. That's some vanity, man. You people are complete. You have lost your damn minds, man. You people are about to be in the Matrix, man. If this kingdom were to go on, because I seen one virtual reality place in a mall, and then I seen a second one downtown. I was walking, and it said, damn, what was the caption? It was VR, virtual reality, and then it said, "Come see the future." Right? These people want you in damn prison with a damn virtual reality headset over you, man, and you just living there. You know, you people are ready for that, man. You're already sheep, man. Okay, so that was the word tender. So, like I said, when you look up the word tender, legal tender, they have to put legal because that's the law. Whose law? Their law. It's not the Most High's law. The Most High deals with just weight and just balances, man. Okay, that country is a country of borrowers, not savers. Is now a given, right? Accumulating high levels of household debt has become a necessity for modern life and arguably a new normal. That's 100% facts, right? Because like I said, when I was growing up and we came in the word with the brothers, I always scratched my head, because I never alluded to the fact that you people are living off of debt. You're living off of interest. You're borrowing off someone else, and their feet are on your shoulders, so to speak. Pressing you down. Because I said, how the hell if back in the day it was 10.25 minimum wage, right? $10. I said, how the hell you make $1,200 a month, or 14 or 16 or whatever it is, 2,000, and you still and you're spending like this when you have bills, you have rent, you have internet, you have phone bill, you have this and that. I said something's not right, man. And come to find out, the majority. Look what happened. 10 years later, right? 10 years later, we come to find out that this is a nation of borrowers. This is a nation in debt. All you people have been doing, flossing, going on your vacations, buying your cars, and this is dealing with the banks, man. Being in debt to the banks, and high debt at that, right? So this is nothing but a society of fakers, man. This is just an illusion, right? It says currently Canadians owe $1.69 for every dollar of after-tax income we earn a year. That ratio is down slightly from $1.70 last year and substantially higher than $1 from 20 years ago. In fact, the amount of debt held by Canadian households has been steadily rising for about 30 years. At the end of 2017, Canadian households owed just over $2 trillion, with mortgages accounting for almost three-quarters of this debt. See? And that's another thing with the damn mortgages, man. See, this devil, man, he set up this system very slick, right? And the word mortgage, the word mort, is where you get the word mortuary from, which means death, right? Mortgage, the word gauge means pledge. It's a death pledge, man. You will not pay off this damn debt until your death, man. And maybe even after that, and then your house gets repossessed by the damn bank, right? Because it's interesting, right? How does this work? The house that you hyphenated own, okay, quote unquote own, you think you own, right? You're paying property tax and all these other bullshit things. You gotta ask the city for permits and all this shit. But okay, you own your house, little house on the prairie with the white picket fence. But you people, man, you whenever you have a new development, right? New construction development in a suburb or wherever, who's really paying for the construction of the house? It's the bank. You didn't pay for that house, right? So the bank pays the builder, right? You deal with the builder and you deal with the bank, and they set the prices, and then you have your interest rate, and then you have your mortgage rate, and all these different things, right? You don't own the house, man. You just loaned it from the bank. The bank owns the house, the property. Really, really, the crown owns it in Canada, especially because in Canada there's a thing called man. We used to go into this years ago. Um, Shoot, see now I forget it, but it's basically the deed to your land, but there's a name for it, and that deed that you own, that you're supposed to have, you don't have it, because every deed actually belongs to the crown. It goes back to the crown. Hence, Canada is known as crown land, right? Australia is crown land. New Zealand is crown. There's certain countries that are known as crown land, and crown land alludes to the fact that the land is owned by the crown, which goes back to where? England. Okay? It's just a colony of England, right? I forget the name, man. I used to say it so many times too, but see, we got to get back into these things. That's the spirit. Um, According to data from Statistics Canada, 71% of all Canadian families carried some form of debt in 2012. The most recent data available up from 67% in 99. See? And again, I can read on and look at this normalization of debt. Clearly, debt has achieved unprecedented approbation in this country. Debt has not only lost its stigma, right? Because, hey, I remember watching like those old school movies, man, like even the westerns. And any little debt incurred, man, a man will be mad, you know? So some men, I remember there was one movie, I forget the name, but he said he needed something. He said, "Oh, you can come work for me," and the guy gave him a fixed amount of time, too much time for the payment. He said no. He said, "Oh, I could always loan it to you," and the man said, "Oh, I will not be in debt to any man." It was like a thing to look at, like man, that's despicable. I can't be in debt to you, you know. But now that's the normal, right? You get your monthly bank statement. You got to pay this amount off for your visa, right? And it's normal. That's your life. Um, right? Debt has not only lost its stigma, it is now culturally more acceptable in Canada than ever before. That's 100% fact. Canadians are socialized into debt at an earlier age as younger people are developing an awareness of it by necessity and appear to be living with it longer. Our parents and grandparents borrowed to buy houses and cars with the intention of paying it back. Not many think that way anymore because of the changing marketplace in which we today live. All right? And I had a scripture to bring out. This is the book of Proverbs 22:7. It says, "The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." Right? So, you again, man, you people think this is some utopia, man, some paradise, but you have an oligarchy at the top. An oligarch simply means a few men at the top. Okay? You know, you learn this in what the hell is that class in grade 10 that forget what class it was, man. But you learn the system of Canada. You have your judicial system, your legislative, and your executive, right? Your different court systems, your procedures, right? Your government, right? Left, right wing, liberal, conservatives. You have your governor general, which is the representative to the queen, right? But what they don't tell you is the prime minister is just there as a little puppet, just like the president is there. Okay, the governor general speaks for the queen, and the queen doesn't run shit really. It's all up to the Rothschilds, the top men at the top. Okay, the Dukes of Edom, if you will. All right, but the governor general speaks for the queen in Canada, and they set the president's the way of motions, the way things are to be done in Canada. Okay, they will have you believe the governor general is there for ceremonial reasons. That's something I always remember in class, but that's some BS, man. Okay, this is Crown land. You don't own the deed to your house. Okay, you're still a damn subject, man. All right. So with that, I just wanted to get into that. It's beautiful, man. More debt. Hey, this place is falling, man. Okay, this place is falling like Michael Douglas. All right. So with that, I want to say Kal Halaliyam. La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Racha Kodash, that belongs unto the apostles of GMS who I learned the truth from. And salutations unto your brothers and your few sisters that take heed. I hope you're edified. Till next time, Shalom.